I want to thank the media who is here, and we'll just get started. This morning we had our second Diversity Council meeting, Council to the Mayor on advising for inclusion, diversity, and civil rights. I do want to thank the Public Policy Management Center over at Wichita State University, who really stepped in to help us facilitate not just with the questions and applying their expertise, but really with Zoom. As was reported last week or 2 weeks ago, one of the members of our Diversity Council did test positive for COVID. So moving forward, although no other members that we know of was exposed to it, we wanted to take extra precautions. So we went ahead and made our meeting this time around completely on Zoom, and thanks to the knowledge over at the Public Policy Management and Management Center at Wichita State, not only did we have a productive meeting, but they showed us how to utilize features of Zoom where we could break out into small groups and have discussion, both reflecting on the city's recent changes to our policing policy, reflection and feedback so that we can make sure that policy is even better. And then also pivoting into what is the goals and outcomes of our council moving forward, both short-term and long-term. So having those discussions I think is very important, and I do want to just thank the members of the council and those who stepped up and helped us out over at Wichita State University. So with that, I'm going to pivot into talking about Amazon. So there's no secret to anyone that COVID has had a very large impact on our economy. We have seen a dramatic hit to not only our economy, but the federal economy. And really, we don't get, I guess, at least I don't in my 6 months of being mayor, a lot of opportunities to have some good news. So this is one of them where I just like to talk about how there have been rumors spreading that Wichita was in a running for one of the smaller distribution sites for Amazon, and I just want to confirm that is true. Wichita will be home to one of the Amazon distribution centers. We are expecting, although I can't put an exact number on it. Maybe you guys could pressure Scott to give you the exact number. We're expecting that this will not only create jobs within Amazon, but also have a multiplier effect with other jobs that pop up to help support Amazon and this distribution center. So we think Wichita is a perfect place to test drive this new kind of entrepreneurial warehouse that Scott's going to get into a little more. So with that, I want to invite Scott Rigby. He's the Assistant City Manager to provide us with more details about this. And take it away, Scott.
Thanks, Mayor. Yes, we are pleased to confirm the rumors that have been out there for some time about Amazon coming to Wichita. We're pleased to have them locate within the city of Wichita. They'll be locating up near Jabara Airport up at the Webb and K96 area. It is exciting. They'll be going into a 140,000 square foot new Class A industrial building. And one of the particular things that we're excited to hear about is this is one of 3 buildings that had been built as part of the City of Wichita's speculative industrial building program. Back in December of 2018, the city adopted a new incentive to encourage speculative industrial development. And part of that was because as we listened to national site selectors and brokers, one of the discussions we heard as we were in Dallas and other cities with site selector and brokers firms was that Wichita simply was not on the list for a lot of these type of facilities simply because we did not have the type of product that they're looking for. In today's age, the day of where a company comes and then waits for 15 to 18 months to build a facility, those days are gone, much like Amazon, which promises next day delivery. They're looking for facilities that are ready to go immediately. And so the opportunity for this building that came on just recently in the last few weeks to immediately have a tenant to take the full building is exciting. And so it also confirms and validates the city's efforts to provide partnership with the business community to provide product for new business development. And with that, I'll answer any questions if there are.
So is the building's already there?
The building's complete and ready for tenant improvements. The plans are in with MABCD right now. with Amazon's plans, and so hopefully in the coming fall, that building will be outfitted and be ready for operation. And we look forward to working with Amazon as they move forward in their hiring practices. As the mayor said, there'll be well over 100 jobs, direct Amazon jobs, and then there'll be an additional number of jobs that'll be contracted through Amazon for other product delivery and placements.
Is that is it 37th and Webb or in that?
Yeah, it's just on the north end. If you think of where Jabara is, just on the north end, just directly west of where NCAT and WSU Tech is. So it's a new industrial park that has a new development in there.
4044 North Tobin, is that address?
I'll trust you on that. No, I don't have the exact address.
Is people want to drive by?
Yeah.
Are they
There you go.
handling anything specific?
You know, they have not shared that level of detail, although they said it could be a combination of, I'll call, large items as well as the usual products. If it's like my house, it's all in between. I show up and all of a sudden I have new deliveries. That's what happens when you have 4 college-age kids. But we're excited to have Amazon in the community.
Was that the rumor that Park City might get the Amazon, or was that something that's different?
You know, I don't know, all the rumors are out there. There have been many about Amazon when they'd be coming to town. All we can say is we're pleased to confirm that Amazon's coming to Wichita. Thanks, Mayor.
All right, so I do want to thank our staff, Mr. Rigby, also our city manager, and our partners over at the Greater Wichita Partnership for helping bring not just Amazon, but other companies that can look at Wichita as a place to grow and provide jobs. So with that, I want to pivot into the art museum. The art is so important to our culture, to our community, and the museum is looking for ways to encourage budding artists to get their feet wet in the world of art with new projects called Foot in the Door. So here to tell us more about it is Dr. Tara Hedrick. Did I say Hedrick right? Did I do it? All right. Who's the museum curator. So Tara, we're glad you're here. If you can come up and walk us through this program, that'd be great.
Thank you so much, Mayor Whipple. So the Wichita Art Museum invites all artists in the Wichita area to participate in Foot in the Door, an exhibition opening October 10th to celebrate the diversity and creativity of our city's visual artists. The main requirement for participating in this exhibition is that the work of art submitted must be 12 by 12 inches square, so you will literally bring your foot into the door of the Wichita Art Museum. And we're hoping that this is a unique opportunity for local artists to have their work on view at WHAM during the museum's 85th anniversary year. And so any individual who identifies as an artist is welcome to submit a 12-inch by 12-inch artwork. And that really is anyone who identifies as an artist, young and old, professional or emerging, someone who has exhibited in Wichita for 20 years, someone who's never exhibited anything or shown anyone anything publicly. Artists must live in the Wichita Metropolitan Statistical Area, or the Wichita MSA, as defined by Butler, Harvey, Sedgwick, and Sumner counties. So how can you get your foot in the door? First, go online to register at wichitaartmuseum.org/footinthedoor. And in addition to online registration, the Wichita Art Museum's website will give you more submission details, dates, everything you need in terms of details about what to do going forward. Again, that URL is wichitaartmuseum.org/footinthedoor. So we're so excited to have this exhibition at WHAM, and it just feels like it really is a key part of our mission, which is to bring people, ideas, and American art together to enrich lives and to build community. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, for this opportunity to share how Wichita artists can get their foot in the door, and perhaps one of you will want to do that. I'll look forward to your submissions. Thank you.
You know, Doctor, I appreciate the invitation. We do have an artist in the Whipple house. His name's Tristan. He's 5, and he'll probably work on making a submission. But if I was to accept your invitation and also do an art piece, it would look like a 5-year-old did it. So you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But right, and yeah, I'm sure you would say, "Oh, we're really glad that Whipple's kid gave this piece, and it would have actually probably came from me. I have no art talent." So, all right, moving on to our next topic here is our coloring contest. With summer activities for kids canceled, our creative staff is looking for ways to bring virtual activities to kids across the community. Here to tell us more about these fun projects is Alejandro, my apologies, with Public Works. So please, you may tell us about this.
That's a very smooth transition, right, from the museum to a coloring contest.
That's right.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Megan's good at this.
I know, yeah, that was really good. All right, well, good morning, everybody. My name is Alejandro Esparza. I'm with Public Works, but I am here today on behalf of the city crew because we want to invite all city crew members and future members to participate in our first ever summer coloring contest. That's right, we're looking for the next big artist just like Wom, and maybe this can be a step in the door, right? So from now until July 20th, participants will be able to pick up a coloring sheet that looks like this. And that's the finished version of it. That was done by Katie in Parks and Rec. I think she did a great job on that. You'll be able to pick up something like this and a box of crayons at your closest recreation center, or download a digital copy if you want to social distance of the coloring sheet at wichita.gov/citycrew. Now, participants will be able to enter this contest where you can win a pool, a backyard pool, a slip and slide, a water pad, and much more. The contest is ongoing from today until July 20th, and we will begin to take submissions July 6th to the 20th. Submissions can be made at the recreation center where you picked up the coloring sheet. Please keep the crayons, those are all yours. Or you can email a picture of your finished coloring sheet to me at aarias@wichita.gov. There will be 3 winners selected, and they will be announced at the July 23rd media briefing with Megan's and the mayor's permission, I hope. There are only 3 main rules in this contest. First, you must be a city crew member before submitting your artwork. And if you're not, it's completely fine. It's completely free to sign up, and we encourage you to do so, as you will have access to some very educational and fun activities throughout the year. Second, the coloring must be done by the city crew kid, so you can't do it for them. Besides, we're pretty sure, as right. As we had mentioned, we're pretty sure that the kids are better at coloring than the parents. Don't tell them I said that. And third, all submissions must be in by July 20th. And if your submission is digital, please make sure that the picture is clear and the name of the participant is legible. And the extra rule, just please have fun. This is meant for your own education. This is meant for you to enjoy it, and just as an extra activity for you to do in these weird times. For more information, please visit the City Crew website for directions and the rules of the contest. And if you're not a City Crew member, as I have emphasized, remember that it is completely free to join. Just visit www.wichita.gov/citycrew. And for any questions, you can feel free to contact me at aarias@wichita.gov. Any questions, concerns? No? All right, thank you.
With that, we'll get into fireworks. This week's 4th of July marks our nation's 244th Independence Day. Don't forget that many city facilities are closed for the 4th of July holiday, which starts tomorrow. So you can find the whole list of what's closed on wichita.gov. Finally, just a reminder, we have a non-emergency line set up for firework complaints. That number is 290-1011. Please use the non-emergency line for fireworks complaints so that we can keep 911 open for actual emergencies. Be sure when setting off the fireworks, you have a water source nearby to put out any potential fires. Shoot fireworks off a smooth surface and never let children handle fireworks. Be safe and have a fun and safe 4th of July. With that, I will open up to questions.
Could you address the current status of the Automobilia car show, where that is, if there's been a permit issued, and kind of where we are with that right now?
My understanding is they're still working on that. Is that correct, Megan? I believe that when I left yesterday, staff was discussing this.
Kind of address that a little bit.
Of course.
So, we did deny that permit to Automobilia.
Their permit application stated that they were slated to expect about 20,000 people, and to best safeguard the health of the community in light of the COVID crisis, that permit was denied.
And do they have an opportunity to amend their permit?
They have an opportunity to go back and ask for review from council.
Is there a deadline on that?
I don't know, I'd have to check.
I'll call Megan up to give all the bad news from now on. Other questions?
Your thoughts on the mask mandate? What's the city of Wichita planning to do? Any enforcement or anything like that?
So really our role when it comes to all the COVID policies that we've seen come down from the state level, and as everyone knows, this policy has been issued through an executive order by our governor, is more of a supportive and education role. Our local government policy shifts the responsibility during a pandemic to our friends over at the Sedgwick County Commission, and they're in charge of really defining the policy that reaches our citizens, while we are more of a support role. You know, I refer to it before as we're in the passenger seat. So our goal is to make sure that people understand the importance of masks, understand that Wichita has, as a whole, has paid a huge economic price up front for this COVID pandemic. And we're seeing it where, you know, not only have, you know, we've had a health issue with this, but also we've had to cut up to $11 million out of our budget this year. And we don't want to have to pay that price again. So we're asking that the public listen to the healthcare professionals from the CDC, our medical community, who are all in line with taking measures to slow and hopefully eventually stop the spread of COVID-19.
What would be your words to somebody who refuses to wear a mask?
I would ask them to reconsider. The reality is this minor inconvenience, if you don't have a medical condition or really a good reason not to wear a mask, could save lives. I mean, that's what this is about. This isn't, you know, when you boil it all down, this is about ensuring that not only do we save lives and make sure that we're not accidentally spreading this, because let's say we're a carrier with no symptoms, to someone who's in that vulnerable group, someone with a compromised immune system, or I believe it's above the age of 60 or 65. You know, that's really what it's about. It's not really about us and our and how we feel about masks. It's about making sure we're not passing this on to our neighbor. Now, I will say that Wichita, I have faith that we will do all we can to protect our neighbors. If you look at the numbers in the beginning of the discussions with COVID and the digital monitoring that John Hopkins was doing and some of these other groups out there, we were expected to have about 200 to 300 deaths with people actually dying of COVID in the Wichita area. Right now we're under 30, which is still really bad, right? Like, every death matters. It's still, you know, tragic. But the reality is the people of Wichita took this head on. You know, we faced this head on, and we said we're going to do what we need to do to come together as a community and to protect our neighbors. And that's where the success came from. It didn't come from governor's orders. It didn't come from, you know, debates at Sedgwick County, and it didn't come from City Hall. It came from our folks in our community doing the right thing. So I have every confidence that they'll continue to do the right thing to not only protect themselves, their family, but also our neighbors. You guys good? Anything else? Hey, thanks again for being here. Thank you to our staff for being here. And with that, we'll close out.